What's up, y'all? I am going to give you my little 2 cents on the Char-Broil Performance 4-burner with a side burner grill. Basically, I'm just going to take you through my process to let you know how it performs. There's been a lot in the news about these steel brushes when you're cleaning your grill, and so I chose to move to a nylon grill or grill brush cleaner, whatever. It's nylon, so you're not going to want to do this when it's hot. It's got to be cool to the touch. So with my process, I've had to switch things up a little bit because I used to use the wire brush, but apparently those little bristles can get inside your body and cause a whole bunch of pain. So let's go for a safer route. When I pull it out and get ready to start grilling, I go ahead and scrape it down. Now you see all these little black particles here. That's because when I was done cooking last night, I fired it up max heat and let all that stuff burn and get crispy, so that when I come to start to grill, then I can scrape it down. Now I do have a few spots right here that I'm gonna have to do a little bit something more intense, but maybe the next time I fire it up, that will get burned off too. If your grill had a lot of use on it, you could get some cleaner, spray on the grates and clean the grates, but I'm gonna do that next time. Alright, so we got the lid open. Make sure all these bad boys are off. Go down here, turn on your gas, do it slowly, because if you do it too quickly, you could activate a safety feature that will make your grill not heat above, like, I don't know, 250 degrees, something like that. Now, you're going to find out which one is your ignition burner. On this one, it happens to be the second from the left is the ignition burner. Now, I've found that it works no matter which one you start with, but whatever. They designed it to work a certain way, so we should do it that way. So push in a little bit, turn it to the ignite section, and then just hit your button once, and boom, she fires right up. Okay? So now at this point, I'm just going to crank it max heat, max heat, max heat. Let's get this bad boy up to temperature. It's about maybe 80 degrees right now. Just had a fresh storm, so there's a cool breeze going. So this will be a really good test to see a good max temp in decent temperatures, not like 98 degrees ambient temperature. So we'll check back with you. We're back here with our review of the Char-Broil Performance grill. We're back up to temperature, about 475 there. Again, it's about 80 degrees, cool breeze going through. We want to be quick about this when we lift the lid because we do lose some heat. But as we talked about before, the front part is the hot part, and that's where we're going to put this delicious 80-20 ground chuck. Here we go. We're also experimenting with some frozen corn there. So we're going to quickly get this bad boy on there in the hot part of the grill, and then shut it. Forget about it. Forget about it. Don't even think about it. Don't even try moving it right now. You got to give it time to get some of that char on the bottom, and then we'll be back in a second. I can see we got some smoke going. Can you see the smoke? That's okay. Don't be alarmed. It's supposed to smoke. Now, I just had enough time to go inside, wash my hands, and now we want to flip it. Now look at that. Look at those grill marks. That's the stuff you want. Close it down. We'll get grill marks on the other side. And as you notice, actually, I could have left this down a little bit longer. We got a little raw spot right there in the middle, but we can fix that later, all right? And it'll probably just turn out in the mix anyway. So another couple minutes on that side, and this burger will be good to go. A little bit longer if you want it to be no pink on the inside, and I'll try and get it to that point for you. Hang with me. Okay, let's talk for a little bit about flare-ups. So we got this nice 80-20 ground chuck burger on there, and that grease is popping down and lighting up and getting a little bit too hot. And turning it down, just turn your grill down. Turn the flames down. Because what you don't want to do is you don't want to open up the lid and let all of your heat out. So we just turned it down. That should control it a little bit. Still got a little bit of a flame, but it's not as much. And plus, this burger is almost done. Nothing wrong with using a little bit of heat to cook your food. You're gonna get flare-ups. That's what gives it that extra flavor. So just don't want to get too much fire on there. So now, even with the heat turned all the way down, we're still getting a decent amount of flame. But we are at a point where we can now move this to a cooler part of the grill and let it finish cooking. No need to flip it over again. It's gonna cook just fine back there until it gets good and right. Okay, we'll look at the bottom, make sure we're not too burned over there. We're good. We'll let that get good and right. We're gonna rotate our corn a little bit. Yeah, I don't think this is gonna turn out so great. This is frozen corn, and I just wanted to see what would happen if I put it on the grill. So if you have any suggestions for, I don't think I'll ever try frozen corn again on the grill. But we'll be back to make sure this bad boy gets see how there's still some juices flowing out of the middle there? Matter of fact, let me flip it over and just let that side finish. So there you go. We'll just let it go. For this burger to get finished here, we're gonna take a bun that we sliced, and I like to get ones that are not sliced because they seem to be fresher, more moist. So put a little bit of butter on there, slap it on the grill. You can't have a real cookout without a toasted bun. Don't let anybody tell you anything different. Be back. We got our bun here, perfectly toasted bun. Look at that. And we got our burger with some nice, perfect grill marks on it. And we're gonna just see how the juices are flowing clear. So we should be pretty good all the way through. If anything, maybe a thin strip of pink, but this should be good for any person who says they want their burger well done, or cooked, so to speak. We'll slide that on there, and we're gonna let that sit for a minute. We need to let this thing rest. So just like a steak or anything else, you're gonna wanna let your meat rest for just a few minutes so that it just tastes better that way. Let's just put it that way. Okay. Let's talk a little bit about what we just did while we're letting this thing settle here before we cut into it. I was initially frustrated with the fact that all the heat was up here in the front until I read something somewhere that said they designed it so that the front part is your searing station. When you want to get a good char, good quick sear, close the lid, get the thing going max temp, pop your stuff on, and then close the lid right away. Close your lid, people. My opinion, this is just my opinion, these things were not designed to be cooked with the lid open like you see on TV or whatever, you know, or maybe like you used to do with your charcoal grill. Like, that's a whole different type of cooking there. You got to hold the heat in these things. Otherwise, if you hold it open, I mean, it's really not going to do you any good, and you're just going to be sad and disappointed at your raw burgers. Now look at how, I mean, this took about, I'd say maybe 10 minutes altogether of actual cooking. So you just got to get your grill really hot, use this transfer bar to get your heat, and go from there. Move things to the back as they start to get done, and rotate things. Now that we're done, we're going to go ahead and pull these sad looking corn on the cobs off. That's an official waste of money there. Also, something about these grill grates while I'm doing this. These are porcelain-coated cast iron. So there are certain types of surfaces that you need to season, like straight up cast iron with no coating. You got to season it, and there's a whole routine. But these porcelain-coated ones, no seasoning required. Just don't use like really harsh, like scrapey type things, or be careful with your metal utensils, because this can chip the coating. We're gonna now the grill is dirty now. See the dirt and all the, so you can see the sticky mess. What we're gonna do is we're gonna fire this puppy up. We're gonna go all the way. We're going all in. Bang, 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 bang. And then we're gonna close the lid and let this puppy get up to temperature. And then that's gonna burn off all that stuff. So the next time we go to cook, we'll do the same thing we did when we started this video with the scrape, and then go from there. Okay, last step here. So we fired up to max heat to try and clean the grill off by heating up all that junk. And so you can see now it's turned into just basically char, ash, if you will. So once this cools down, and turn it off. Once it cools down, I'll go back with the nylon brush, scrape all that ash off, and we'll be good to go for the next go round. So I hope this has been beneficial. And you know what? Let's take a peek inside this burger and see what we got. Oh boy, how am I gonna do this? So, do you see any pink in there? Let's get it focused. No pink, and it is juicy. See, that is good to go. Alright, hope you enjoy.